I think I agree with that slot on this part. Say, "Yow, go in there was Wontumi." Then my last story, na me fancy yow. When you look at the Spanish La Liga, dynamics in says Saba, Madrid akobo draw against Vallecano, Barcelona akoshe Celta Vigo. Yow, Hansi Flick, the problem is still persistent. And now he go no more consider after Lewandowski share penalty. No. Another quick transition right behind them. And just for maybe different kind of discussions we can do about the Barcelona setup and what they are doing in the absence of certain key players. Yeah, maybe 2 years say against Celta Vigo you might be able to get the results with this, but against teams be able to show more Champions League, maybe I could share Chelsea now you wouldn't be getting some of these results. Yeah, and Lewandowski needed to step up for Barcelona to get a result. And Celta Vigo before this game, no, they were on top form. Let me commend Barcelona for winning this game first of all. I congratulate him because now Celta Vigo last 5 games of Mambo coming into this game. Now you lose Bakukra. So meaning in terms of form, no more so as compared to even Barcelona in their last 5 games. But for Barcelona to beat them by 4 goals to 2, that is a good job by Barcelona. But the problem still remains. Problem no still no clear. But I think the dynamics of the league, it is good for Enyomodia able to me Ashama the competition of the Spanish La Liga and Because for Madrid, I think it's no news. So Marco Vallecano akobo goalless. Yeah, and we are one team. How pity Momotete Madrid players our team no. Who pity Momotete Madrid pa is our team. And I think the last win Madrid had was even 1-0. Madrid Krabesha or Honma 2-1, 1-0. A difficult grounds for Real Madrid. And I think to get a draw over it may be a loss, because there were early chances that were being created. Real Madrid controlled the game at some point in time. I was expecting the likes of Kylian Mbappe to step up, but for a draw at this stage of the season, I think it is good for Real Madrid. And I've said it, say League, Pep Guardiola say League November. So even between the two of them, I think the results if FIFA will be doing this weekend. I want to see how after the international break both teams will carry it on.
Whoa, Mate, Medase, Mezana, me ba Mike or na Mike Edenidian about.
I think so. It's a weekend that was full of refereeing controversy. If you are now man on Yenya Bebrina and the Liverpool game, did Liverpool really deserve that goal? I think it's subjective, and Nina will boil down to the interpretation of the law. Drew instances like this are mostly discretionary. Inti referee be a budget. Another referee might allow it. So in this case, let's be very clear on this. What actually happened was that, as it has been showed, videos anyway, some more mobile way. Van Dijk had a ball. Robertson was in an offside position, which in itself any offense. But ball neighbor no. Robertson saw the direction of the ball. No, yes, say Obunimu or Koto. Na ball no afane so di akọ. Apparently, the goalkeeper also was headed towards that direction, trying to make a save. So clearly, interpretation would differ here. Did Robertson impact Donnaruma's movement, and now impacting the vision? Donnarumma who ball now when he saw it. Per the action of Donnarumma, who baby a ball neighbor. Picture. So when who ball now, maybe his movement would have been different, but he saw the ball. But it's about timing. Again, VAR ne intervention in play. Mostly the decision that was taken on the field. Say if there is a clear and obvious error in that decision, and your chief referee now James to say, Debbie. I say the mateki dear Debbie and then run boy branty brana behe. In this instance, the on the pitch decision that was taken not by the referee Chris Kavanagh, an assistant referee in the offside Hodjuma. And it is mostly a mistake that we make all the time.
Referee nanye.
Say a line where you know offside. A assistant referee Juma bought that line. A assistant referee Juma, they are in charge of the lines. So they assist the referee in making such a decision. So the best decision a referee will make in instances like offside, to refer to the assistant. No? Then the recommendation from the assistant is what most of these referees base on and decide. So per the assistant referee, not say Robertson was in an offside position and he was impacting play. So VAR Nishemua, what VAR will do here is that then it is not a clear and obvious error. And yet clear in the sense that we are still debating about it. Did Robertson impact play? Did he not impact play? Is in an offside position? That one is clear. But the impartation of play, say, activity neso ana action neso no. Ujina mijina ha komie jina. Yekaso obi anche na adwen a, obi ade ebesesa. The obeka no will not be the same as I say it. It will not be the same as Akomeah says it. Perspectives. Send missing huno. So when it becomes like that, it does not mean and satisfy the criteria for clear and obvious error. I bet me actually referee no at an screen so. That's one way I didn't sit here. So one, a subjective. We cannot make a definite stance. Say I am Robertson will impact play, and I say Nyampa will impact play. And here one, subjective. Two, there is no clarity on Robertson's involvement, so it does not satisfy the requirement for clear and obvious error. And we be a referee take a discretionary and a based on interpretation. Sinti instance say na no ye benya bi wo Premier League ni mu a ebi yaji go ebi anji go. This same incident. Oh, obi had the ball, obi jina keeper nchen, okotoye yaji go. There was a Bernardo Silva incident, sir. Na Silva jina keeper nenim. Ye ball no hurry. Bayaji go no. You say he did not really impact play. In this instance, it has been given as an offside. Yanji go no because he say we impacted play. So based on the interpretation of the officials or more officiating game no. And about the subjective matters now, utmost responsibility lies with the officiating officials. So yent means sinipi. The Liverpool fans will feel aggrieved because akweti all. And sana football net here say a comma why you keep quiet and then agree, but they have not been robbed. In as much as the decision did not go in their favor, it does not mean that they have been robbed of a goal. They be and tenisa. Their own interpretation will point towards that. But it comes to the interpretation of the referee. Referee is different. So let's not hang out the referee to dry. As we sing your Mary and no they peg abu bom no neo minsio sonny frame. Memi and far referee name mahu, mem fa peg muboni muma moja sebi and sonny infinity mungu. Let's not hang him to dry. Let's understand some of these technicalities around the game and especially officiating. You don't just all of a sudden change how VAR should be applied and then move on. But on the day, critically, Arne Slot is still confounded with Liverpool decision making regarding the best lineup. And I think, yes, Obiaji to Fleran versus an asset. But as it stands now, he is more of a liability to Liverpool in terms of how they want to play and how he cannot contribute. The verse kitabo you know. Liverpool players need be brave, yes, I did be. Yes. What does Verse do with the ball? He creates. He opens up spaces. He has excellent vision in terms of passing. Mebwa. On our movement.
Yes.
Tell me one Liverpool attacker. Oh, yeah, available to me starting out to me. Give me one, just one name. Gakpo, yeah. Ekitike, yeah. Isaac, if he's fully fit and informed, oh yeah. Salah, that's it. What Verts does not offer when he's not in possession is actually something Liverpool lack. Let me tell you something. Endra game na you know. What Guardiola decided to do was to overload in the midfield. It is exactly how he used to beat Bournemouth. Foden, Bernardo Silva, they will be very close and narrow to Nico. Then Starkey was not playing as a wide option. No, so Kawum. And then Matheus Nunes Wontumi space. So check the first goal. It was from a Nunes cross.
Yes,
Why not right winger?
Yes.
It was shaky, but he was inside, allowing an outlet and space for Matheus Nunes to send in the cross.
There's a more attention call midfield now.
Then they will release a quick pass to the flanks.
Yeah.
To the left, it was Doku. Snap, no BM, not the court. That is how direct City was. But they will concentrate on overloading their midfield. Send enough numbers to boss Liverpool around. So check. Why Bernardo Silva? He check in the wall box in him, no, but he's the right winger. Check the pass. On person Ruben Diaz to Matheus Nunes, number 27. Vets, and Robertson. Omo sandwich Bernardo Silva. The right winger is Ryan Cherki, and he's closer to Alexis McAllister, the central midfielder, than to the flanks. No Bono. Now check those who are in the central areas for Man City. Ryan Cherki, Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku. So City were very narrow in the middle, but still offered a width outlet, whether on the left or on the right. And this is exactly how the first goal came about. They were dominating them. But the best example of what I want to speak to, Florian Wirtz and in the contribution. In defending, especially a flanks near across the ball now, Samuel 2 and a more markia. There is one player, on only the end say, I will prevent the player Okita ball from crossing. And the other one is to block the crossing channel. But the two Liverpool players here, I don't think they coordinated well enough. Inti baku hunu semina meko presse, ana baku hunu semina mijina nama blocking. So check between Florian Wirtz and then Andy Robertson. So Okaya, Matheus Nunes will have not less than 2 seconds to make a decision. In a highly intense league like the Premier League, you enjoy players and that luxury of time. Quality that they have. So check. Omo video ni bi onehwe ade. When you born tiaso 1, 2, 3. David, he's free. And that is what Florian Wirtz does not offer. A Cody Gakpo will press this ball. So I don't agree with Arne Slot's selection. Miwu Gakpo bench, unless he be anu pra. I think it was wrong to play Wirtz as the left winger. Wirtz in the best position here, central. And that is where Liverpool are still contending. How do they play him in the central areas? Because Oban Fin was what? If Jumana Zobo's like without the ball, no, to me, because he's not yet up to that intensity in terms of the Premier League. So, Wakoye Santro Fianoma, Liverpool fan, no, Oba Musio, Bankomu Janeswa, and Komu Jaisradie. And that is the story of Florian Wirtz. He's a very good player. But Liverpool's Arne Slot is struggling in terms of how to integrate him into this team and make sure, say, Beshem Emma Sintom Boba Beshem no Washemukina. And then the problem can see Omufezi. And yes, a player no wasa and no nimbobo. No. Wirtz is a very good player. But at times, how are you see player? No. A Trese Beko ye and a Enko ye. And Slot has not found that formula yet. And I think that the more he tries to find ways to include him, the more it becomes problematic for Liverpool. Because one, the Liverpool team do not have a lot of ball winners in there. There is not a single natural profile or yet a ball winner, a ball tackler. So it means they depend on numbers to block spaces like they did to Madrid. So here Madrid game here, or more blocking spaces. So it was difficult for Madrid to break through.
Yeah.
If they had a profile like Caicedo, and then there's a vet na Caicedo na beshawa yese jumano. But they don't. And that is the biggest issue they face now. So vet na boa. When they have the ball, he will pass around. Or but there was an instance what Triobi said Nico was saying, almost when the mummy a man yellow card. That tells you how brilliant he is on the ball. But without the ball, he becomes more of a liability. And the issues that Liverpool will need to contend with. But the defeat to Man City it points towards something that Liverpool will need to do a lot to get back into the title defense picture. Since a league near the reality suggests that Liverpool can kiss it goodbye. Yes.
But so senior players never say over.
No, they will speak to the fans. You see, players now are also PR specialists. And it's all banned from members in the league.
But as it stands now,
they will fight for it. But the reality is they are like third favorite.
Wow.
Now as it stands, an advantage Arsenal, Manchester City.
And according to Opta, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 2, Man City 3.
No, Chelsea drew. Chelsea are not there.
Yeah.
The Chelsea team you see cannot sustain a title challenge. Wontumi.
No, yeah.
They cannot do that. One, because they are not matured enough. The Chelsea team you see, Omonia matured enough. And a game no mobile against Wolves. You know. If it was against any other opponent, but Wolves or struggler, they would have gotten a point at Stamford Bridge. Especially from the first half. Chelsea team, Omo were very talented players, but they are not matured enough to sustain a title challenge. Then City, by virtue of the manager and then the squad they have. Now, Pep Atres was a better team now, so he knows how to use them. And it looks like we're cracking the code for using any player in the midfield. So Rodri anymore. Nico has settled in. I think he's gone under the radar. Yamona Basso. But he's one of the players who has impressed Man City.
Yeah.
And he's come to terms. And Pep in him say, so Okasa or board don't quite want a 4-1-4-1 formation now. Diego. So now he decides to give him company with Bernardo Silva, Foden, into overcrowded midfield nepe. Passing options in your day, man. Then they can improve. It looks like Pep has cracked the code. But how consistent can they be? But Omutu no, we are the front runners now. Arsenal, Manchester City.
Wow.
But Liverpool, I am saying, in my opinion, they can kiss the Premier League title goodbye. And yadia, Omonsa Betimia Kase Omo defend it. And again, it will signal how Liverpool have not really been good in terms of building on success. Omaji League Nibida. But they could not build on the success effectively. And last season, they won the league under Klopp. Now, City, when they won the league, they sustained it and improved. No, league 4 times that it was. So that is what Liverpool struggled to do. They can't break into the next barrier. And that is the problem for them, because it looked like a perfect summer per the business they did. It looked like a wonderful end to the season. Salah renew, Van Dijk renew. Oh, they lost a year Trent. Then they decided to splash the cash, bring players who were doing very well at their clubs on board. Jeremy Frimpong, Leverkusen. Vez, Leverkusen. Ekitike, Frankfurt. Isaac, Liverpool. Kerkes, Bournemouth. These were players who were excelling at their teams. But you need to integrate them into the Liverpool unit and make sure, say, a team no konenim. A bit take it time. A bit so dear when Moises Caicedo came to Chelsea, it took him some time before he settled. Aside the technical issues, there is also the psychological issues. Technical issues in your league, the demands, the physicality, how intense it is, and then the technical role the deliver. And then what he also contributes without the ball. And the issues but another thing in the price tag. Yes, it is also affecting him. It will affect every player, no matter your pedigree. It is why you're Messi and now Ronaldo. But no matter your pedigree, I am not tagging it with it. When you be a do or character, it is difficult to shake it off. And that is the problem they are.